To the Digital Asset Playbook, where we create our playbook and don't necessarily follow their rule books. Today, if we take a look at the market, we're sitting at $1.7 trillion. We got Bitcoin sitting at 22,214. We got Ethereum in the second spot at 1,512. XRP sitting in the seventh spot at 35 cents. But today's, we're going to talk about another one of our favorite digital assets in the playbook. It is at number 27 spot. This is Stellar XLM sitting at 11 cents. Stellar is one of our favorite digital assets. It has very strong potentials to create a lot of wealth, and we'll take a look why here. So if we go right here, Stellar's all-time high was just under the 90 cents mark. Sorry, and it has retracted since, with the potential to still hit its all-time high. So when we take a look at, when we should purchase an asset, and knowing that the market is down, right from pretty much all the coins are down at this time. We know that the buying opportunity for an asset like this is great. It's a good buying opportunity to get in at low entry points. But let's take a look at Stellar. So if we just scroll to the top of the page here. So Stellar is an open network for storing and moving money. Okay? Borderless, limitless, powerful. Stellar makes it possible to create, send, and trade digital representations of all forms of money. Dollars, pesos, Bitcoin, pretty much anything. It's designed so all the world's financial systems can work together on a single network. Stellar makes money better. Stellar's API and SDKs are ready to help you transform the world of finance, and the network's currency connections could give even a small company the power and reach of an international bank. Here's what you can build with a few lines of the code, So we asset exchanges use Stellar's built-in decentralized exchange for crypto forks or securities. Users can swap between tokens using simple functions built on this protocol. Okay, so Stellar has some pretty good partnerships. If we look here, we got they're partnered with Circle, MoneyGram, Satoshi Pay. Circle's interesting because Circle, as some of you are aware, are the creators of USDC. So working together, that's got great potential. MoneyGram's an interesting one. We're going to get into a little more on the MoneyGram, but this is what makes Stellar very interesting. So Stellar's creator is a guy by the name of Jed McCaleb. As you can see right there, it says founder and chief architect. So, little background behind Jed is that Jed was also the creator of the XRP ledger, which was launched in 2012. In 2012, David Schwartz, Jed McCaleb, and Arthur Brittle launched the XRP ledger. Now, Jed had a falling out and basically left XRP, and there was a settlement where he would receive some coins, but he brought the technology with him. He brought the code that he created with him to the Stellar Foundation. So that's very interesting. The XRP code and the Stellar code have a lot of similarities. Okay? So this is what Stellar's looking to do. Look, Stellar to work with Ukraine on blockchain-based central bank digital currencies. All right? This was in January 2021. Today, the Stellar Development Foundation announced it signed a deal with Ukraine's Ministry of Digital Transformation to work on both the central bank digital currency as well as a stablecoin and virtual asset infrastructure. So right there, look, whenever we talk about, working with ministries, we're talking about government. Okay, and let's all understand one thing about governments. They don't just let anybody into the party. Okay, governments usually work together with companies and or projects when it benefits them. So that in itself should tell you something. If we move on here, as we saw earlier, there was a partnership with MoneyGram. So Stellar and MoneyGram developed a partnership. And let's see right here. Access users without bank accounts. Stellar and MoneyGram are expanding global access to digital assets and financial services worldwide. Your application can now plug into MoneyGram's retail network with one integration, letting your users deposit or withdraw cash from their digital wallets via the Stellar USDC without needing a bank account. Okay, so that's a big deal because MoneyGram is a remittance provider. It's a way to move money internationally, and Stellar is working with them. Okay, cash in, cash out. Users enter the amount of USDC they want to purchase. Users provide the information and select MoneyGram location for cash payment with all within the wallet. Users exchange their cash for USDC at the selected MoneyGram location. So Stellar is doing kind of like what Ripple's done, where they're actually the bridge to send remittances. Okay, but what's interesting is here's what Ripple did just before Stellar announced that partnership. Ripple announced a strategic partnership with money transfer giant MoneyGram. Yes, you're reading this, people, the exact same way I'm reading it. Well, Ripple had this partnership first. And basically, I think Ripple created this partnership to show some of the larger institutions what Ripple and the XRP token could do. Ripple later got sued, and in came Stellar. But isn't it funny how Stellar, the creator, Jed McCaleb, once worked at Ripple, founder and creator of XRP, branched off, created his own token again at Stellar, and Ripple had a big partnership with MoneyGram, but so did Stellar. What does that tell us? So if we take a look at this, this is a tweet from the Stellar. We're thrilled to be shortlisted for the Bank of Indonesia and the BI's G20 Tech Sprint and e-currency. Next up, showcase how reliable, efficient, and secure a two-tier model can be when building CBDCs. This was a tweet from Stellar saying that, hey, look, we got on the list of the technology companies that could be used to develop CBDCs. This is a big deal, as the BIS is Bank of International Settlements is promoting that they've made the list. But look at this. Here's Ripple's tweet, and it's the exact same tweet. I find that very, very interesting. Look, these two companies go hand in hand. One's been said that Ripple would be, on the back end with the financial institutions. That would be they would be the bridge currency for the big financial institutions, and that Stellar XLM would be used for the retail, the everyday user, the you and I, for this new digital economy that we're going to. Okay, that's very, very funny. Actually, if we click on this, and it's going to load up here. All right. Oh, internet must be slow today. Sorry for the delay, but we can move on. Look at this full list of 2020 Stellar partnerships. Okay, Stellar is one of the top altcoins that has been around since many years ago, co-founded by Jed McCaleb. Right? Some of the partnerships. Look, IBM, Smartlands, Stripe, HTC Exodus, Franklin Templeton, Wirex, Barcoin, Novati Group, Saldo, Tempo, Bitbound, SureRemit. Those are some big companies. If we take a look at this right here, why IBM built WorldWire on Stellar. On Monday, IBM announced the launch of WorldWire, a real-time global payment system built on the Stellar network. This is big news. By linking regulated financial institutions to the speed and versatility of Stellar, WorldWire aims to replace the legacy correspondent banking system and simple point-to-point transactions. They're basically talking about Swift, okay, and that's how money is moved today. So let's listen to what the CEO of IBM has to say about Stellar.
It's unacceptable that there's 2 billion people in the world who don't have access to financial services. It's totally unacceptable. It turns out that with the traditional global payment infrastructure, it's actually more efficient to stuff $10,000 in a FedEx envelope and FedEx it. We should not be FedExing money. That's a terrible idea. But that's why it's so ridiculous that modern technology hasn't provided a way to optimize the movement of money around the world, right? When it becomes more efficient to FedEx cash, something is wrong. It would be awesome if every bank in the world had a correspondent bank account with every other bank in the world, but that's just not realistic. That's not feasible, at least not until now. If everybody is using a distributed ledger, a shared ledger, we now have the capacity to represent bank balances on each other in one system. And that's really where the efficiencies come, as you eliminate these hops, these intermediaries, because now every bank conceptually has a relationship with every other bank in the world. So we built a system that envisions that ultimate outcome. We call that system WorldWire. So WorldWire is a network of networks that is built on top of the Stellar protocol, which provides a blockchain protocol that is tailored and tuned for the transfer of value and for the store of value through the issuance of many different types of digital assets.
Okay, so we're going to stop it right there. We got the gist of it. Two things I want to point out in that video. He talks about 2 billion users being unbanked. Okay, so 2 billion users. That means, that's the everyday people. That's not talking about financial institutions. That's talking about retail users, you and I. The second thing he really points out there that was quite interesting, he uses a monetary amount of $2,000 in his explanation. Well, $2,000 is not the big banks, okay? It's not the $1 to $50 million that banks send back and forth each and every day. He's talking about $2,000. A person sending money back home, that would be a reasonable amount to send to a loved one across to another country. Is $2,000. So going back to what I said earlier, could Stellar be for the retail end and XRP be for large financial institutions? I truly do believe that. If we take a look at this, Franklin Templeton plans mutual fund tokenized on Stellar blockchain. Okay, on Tuesday, investment firm Franklin Templeton made a preliminary SEC filing to start a blockchain-based mutual fund for government securities. In the filing, the company said ownership of the funds shared will be recorded on the Stellar's blockchain network. Okay, so, that's interesting. Again, if we went to the beginning, it says just to move money. So, there's another use case. Smartlands wants to build a real estate market on Stellar. Okay. You'll be hard pressed to find an asset class more illiquid than real estate. Property can take months to exchange hands. It's a lengthy, complicated process, and then fees can be astronomical. But one project is using Stellar XLM to provide much-needed liquidity to the real estate market and make it easier for investors to gain exposure to the UK property market. Okay, again, that signals to me the everyday retail user. Okay, so look, there is a real use case for Stellar, and the technology behind it is just as good as Ripple's. This could be a token of the future, and as a matter of fact, if we take a look over here, this is on the World Economics Forum, a guide to getting started to cryptocurrency. Sure enough, who do they mention? We got mentioned Cardano, and at the very bottom, we got Stellar. Stellar is a global public blockchain network built for interoperability between traditional and digital financial infrastructure. They're labeling it. We all know how big the World Economic Forum is, and they are calling out Stellar. And just to show you how early we are in on this digital asset, Stellar just tweeted this: happy 7 million accounts. Stellar Network will use any milestones to eat cake, okay? They just tweeted this out. 7 million accounts. You know, while that is a huge number, that is just the beginning of where we're going with this. And when digital adoption and utility begins, you know, like we said, you know, they were talking about 2 billion users in the other video. 7 million accounts is a fraction of that. And there's a lot of potential. So, look, at the end of the day, none of this is financial advice. But at the top end of 11 cents, 11.5, and at the bottom end of 11 cents, which pretty much is just 11 cents, you can pick up this digital asset, you know, invest a few dollars in this, and who knows what the potential is. You know, could it be $1, $5, $5,000? We don't know. Could XRP be $2, $10, $10,000? We don't know what the future holds. But these are very, very good digital assets. The founder behind it, he has created some very interesting technology that is going to be used in the world in the future. In the next 5 or so years, the world is really going to transform. Digital payments are going to transform, and you know, again, this is not financial advice. This is just a perspective of mine, and this is an asset that we hold dearly. It's our number 2 asset in our digital playbook. So look, do your own homework. If you like the content here, hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and pick yourself up some Stellar. It might be well worth it in the future. We'll talk later.